Yes, we love potatoes. I love mashed potatoes. What is your favorite way to eat a potato? Mashed potatoes and gravy for me.
Yeah, I mean...
Favorite potato, go chat.
Au gratin with cheese.
Woo!
Right?
That's a good one. Tom, what is going on with these this ETH price? It looks like it's pumping up right at 2K. Are we going to burst through? And is it just going to be a big rejection party, though, like me in the 8th grade formal dance?
Ouch. That's an alpha move. Yeah, let's take a look at the ETH chart. I want to do what Deezy did at the beginning. You guys should follow me on Twitter.
You should.
At Tom Crown Crypto. No one follows me. See, look, Deezy has more followers than me. I mean, you deserve it, and on YouTube. Great content.
That's because Cardano NFTs were popular 18 months ago. That's all that is. You're earning it, man. Slow and steady. That's the way.
All right. I was going to start with Bitcoin, but we can start with Ethereum if that's what you guys want to see.
It's pumping, baby.
Let's bring up the charts, man. Yes, it is. So I'm liking what we're seeing on Ethereum, and I hate always repeating the same thing as like, man, we're at this exciting price. Things are looking good, but we're just right there at where we need to get past for it to get exciting. You can see that 2000 level dates all the way back to last year, July, August. This is some serious resistance, and we've seen a little bit of weakness on Ethereum versus Bitcoin. We had the Shanghai upgrade last night. I was thinking maybe, we'd see a little red. Doesn't seem to be in the cards now. So here's what I'm looking for is we are at the major resistance. We're at the either the starting line or the finish line, depending on how you want to look at it. If Ethereum can retake 2000, it has an incredible, seriously, and I don't say this often, it has an incredible potential run above it. We had very inefficient price action from April 22 all the way down to June, basically candles just down. This is not typical market movements. Markets move with volatility up and down to drive you mad. And when that doesn't happen, we leave behind, quote, an ICT concept, a fair value gap. And what that really means is there's a lack of liquidity here. And so the market wants to move to fill that in. Whether it's going to reject once it gets to the top or not, we really can't tell. But it wants to fill that in to essentially engineer liquidity, and so that large orders, large institutions can get orders in. By the way it's looking right now, I think it is likely we see Ethereum trade above 2000. I mean, we did briefly this morning. But when I say trade above, I need to see it move above, close above 2100. I'd feel more comfortable. And once you get above there, you can really get into these beautiful numbers like 3,500. That was probably the equivalent of 48,000 for Bitcoin in May, April 22. And you can see these moves really quickly if you can just get past this resistance we're at right now. So I think the Ethereum outlook for the year is we're going to see higher highs, in my opinion. I like the structure that we're seeing right now. I wouldn't go all in this second and think it's going to happen tomorrow. This could, as crypto does, kind of grind it out.
A CT Minute brought to you by anybody?
Maybe.
I think CT Minute brought to you by Stake, maybe?
Stake.us.
Yeah, Stake.us. All right, cool. Big shout out to them for the sponsoring this segment. Evidence is mounting. The New York Times allegedly manipulated photos and videos to make Bitcoin mining locales appear polluted and smog-filled. Watch as the same pinch color profiles appear on every single one of their videos and images in the story. So they wanted to make it seem like, oh my God, look how bad. And, look at, oh my God, you can't even, it's like Beijing rush hour on its worst day. No, it's not that bad, folks. They're digitally manipulating it to make it seem worse than it is. I saw people, they did the same thing to their newspaper printing facility, and then they added a bunch of smog to that picture. It was like, look at all the smog and CO2 pollution from printing, and then they had like the million pages per day or whatever, and it was a little tit for tat there. So guys, it's all fake. Mark Cuban, officially an investor in a Cardano DApp, book.io. I gave some alpha on book.io. I said, make sure you buy their first edition drop, which was Gutenberg Bible, not Steve Gutenberg, an actor that Nick really likes. No, it's You're probably more familiar with what the Gutenberg Bible is than I am.
Huge fan.
And whoa, am I liking Nick's hot takes on wyverns? You know I was going to like the wyvern clip there. If you want to know the difference between a wyvern and a dragon, follow Blockchain Basement at BChain Basement. Nick and BJ, they get into it, folks. CBDCs are aimed at tracking purchases and controlling our money. Tulsi Gabbard believes CBDCs will be used to track all consumer purchases and eliminate cash. She's taking a stand against Biden's plans to develop a CBDC in the U.S. A BIS report in May of 22 suggests that 90% of central banks are already exploring the potential issuance of a CBDC, with over half of them saying they're already developing such a technology. This is also including the U.S. after Biden placed the highest urgency on potential U.S. CBDC research as part of his crypto executive order in March of last year. Crypto Billy with a $20 super chat. Flat smack the like button for Deezy and Nick. Show Ben how they can bring the heat while he is out. LFG. And how does Deezy know about George Jefferson? I'm old, guys. I'm old. I was born in the first half of the 80s.
Whoa.
Yes.
Whoa. Yeah.
First
same,
half.
Same. Tulsi Gabbard.
Thoughts on Tulsi was on Rogan. She's been on twice, I believe. Pretty good. She's one of the few people, if you like Eisenhower's speech, speaking out against the military-industrial complex, speaking out against centralized power, and speaking out against the loss of democracy, she is a great resource for that. She essentially got kicked out of her party and was railroaded by the Clintons in the presidential nominee run-up, right?
It's true. Yeah.
Twitter brings crypto and stock trading to over 350 million of its users, allegedly. Although I do maybe think this is going to happen. They entered in, no longer private, has entered in a partnership with eToro online brokerage, which will provide its users with access to stocks, crypto, and other financial assets such as index funds. $10 super chat from Sebastian. Deezy is Justin Fields. Ben is Andy Dalton.
Oh my
That's
God.
a better comparison.
Oh my God.
Dalton?
That's a huge insult.
The only Dalton I know is Roadhouse.
Andy Dalton is the redheaded QB who was on the Bengals for forever.
Oh, it's a sports reference. That's why I don't know. Yeah.
You don't know who Justin Fields is?
No.
Okay.
Is it when Justin Williams plays the out,
essentially, yes.
left field or something?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Twitter's cash tags feature already makes it possible to view real-time trading data from TradingView on index funds like the S&P 500 and shares what some companies like Tesla through a simple search for the ticker symbol preceded by a $sign. And the app displays price information from TradingView via an API, similar to what Google does. For Twitter, which Elon acquired for $44 billion last year and now runs as CEO. That's actually not true. Technically, his dog, Floki, is the CEO. This partnership is a significant commercial move. That's his word.
XRP segment brought to you by...
Hey!
There it is.
XRP segment brought to you by Stake Here. Ripple case verdict imminent.
Whoa.
Ben Armstrong urges XRP community to get ready. Seen here calling out Gary Gensler. Popular YouTuber blogger Ben Bitboy Crypto Armstrong has urged the XRP community to prepare for an imminent verdict in the lawsuit filed by the SEC against Ripple. Originally known as Ben Armstrong, he expressed his belief that an end to the legal battle is just around the corner and advised those investing in XRP to prepare for potential profits. Here, it should have said originally known as CEO of Facts.
Yeah.
Throwback.
Who did this? You today? Get better. Do better.
In the following tweet, Ben responded to criticism he had received from his previous prediction that would end in September 21, which did not come true. He defended his statement, saying that it was the only date he ever gave and clarified that his last claim about the case ending soon is not a prediction, but rather a reference to the trial calendar. In the meantime, he is not alone in his expectations. Earlier this year, none other than Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse predicted that the process would end in the spring of 23. Nick, what is it right now? Is it spring?
Yeah.
It is, right? When does summer start? Let's get it in line. Let's get the end date. When does summer start 2023? Can we unstake our ETH from Coinbase yet?
You got to wait in line.
Gotta wait in line. Probably not though. Summer 23. When does it start?
Memorial Day
Date.
May 20th. It's always near my birthday.
Ooh, what is today? April 13th. Guys, 5 weeks. Now, I'm not saying it's going to end in spring 23, but if the spring 23 prediction comes true, 5 weeks, folks. You have 5 weeks. Will it play out? We don't know, but I'm
June 20th? No, that's FUD. That's wrong.
No. What is?
Spiritually and morally, summer begins Memorial Day weekend. That is it.
Okay, what's the real date for spring ending?
I don't know what the ones that the witches
I know
came
what
up
you
with.
mean. Yeah,
The summer
It's
equinox.
like Labor Days.
First of all, I believe in our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I do not go by the equinoxes, which are pagan.
Okay.
But if we want to do that, it's June 21st. But again,
I think
that is
the
for
season
pagans.
should go off the equinoxes only. All right. Coinbase lists Flare,
Hey.
FLR, honors commitment to airdrop for XRP holders. I know a lot of people were wondering, using, was it Coinbase Pro, correct? All right. Coinbase has announced it is listing Flare. Ooh, wait, it's listing Flare in a highly anticipated move that comes after it revealed it's honoring its commitment to support the Flare token airdrop for users who held XRP at the time of December 12th, 2020.
Wow.
Huge. That is huge.
I'm so happy.
Big shout out to Brian Armstrong. Plus 10 for Brian Armstrong for, I know that's ruffling feathers of the SEC. And they said, look, we either ruffle our customers' feathers or we ruffle Gary's feathers. And they chose Gary. And so I highly respect that move. Good job, Coinbase.
Their jimmies are rustled.